Good evening and welcome. This is SamMeeBee with Gem City Sports. Today is November 2nd, Thursday. Can't believe it's November already. We got week 9 starting tonight with the Steelers Titans. Before I introduce my co host, couple of house cleaning notes. As you can see, my layout's a little different. New mic, I like it. Hope I sound better. With that, we had a little delay, technical difficulties. So no recording last week. I'm upset about that. You'll see why in a moment. So I know today's Thursday. We're going to talk about it. We still want to do Wednesdays, but without further ado, we kick over to Danny Stone, writer from Turf Show Times. Hey, Danny Stone, can you tell me what's going on with Matthew Stafford and how's your day going so far?
Sammy B, always doing well. Thank you for having me. Happy to be here. Always a pleasure when I get to do a little Gem City Sports. Let me
Ooh,
tell you.
Gem City Sports. I got a special jersey. I can't wait to unveil it next week. I got it, but I don't want to wear it today because of the new layout. I don't want to do too many new things at once. So,
Okay.
also,
I'm
love
wearing
the
my
haircut,
Michael
man.
Myers
Nice
hoodie.
haircut.
Thank you. It's, you as well. A couple haircuts. It'll grow in, but just got it. I'm wearing my Michael Myers hoodie, a little Halloween thing, even though I know it's after Halloween. But that being said, as far as Matthew Stafford goes, I wrote an article just yesterday, published it, posted it, however you want to put it. Turf Show Times. Sean McVay gave a press conference. They are not ruling Matthew Stafford out for this Sunday, or they have not yet. And they're also saying he's probably going to avoid IR. The bye week's coming up after this week. So there's a chance we see Matthew Stafford play. But if not, it seems like they're expecting him back within 2 or 3 weeks. So they're not going to put him on the 4-week IR slot, is what I'm gathering. So could have been a lot worse. At 3-5, the Rams are still very much alive right now. I don't expect them to make a deep playoff push, but I do really think if they win the right games, we could be seeing them fighting for a wild card spot at the end of the season. But hey, if not, they had a great Super Bowl run a couple years ago, and I'm going to give McVay and the crew time to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to someone over here, and I mentioned they're like, "How do you feel about the season?" And I said I predicted they'd be like what 3-5, 3-8 going to the bye. I think I had my 3 wins,
I think
so
you're right.
they're where they are. And I said honestly, it was worth it for a Super Bowl. I don't want to call it sellout, but with the um, just the salary cap, it's hard to repeat. So I'm happy that they're doing it. So
Me too,
yeah.
100%. So I'm all on board, and we'll see how long McVay wants to coach, but I'm on board as long as he wants to keep coaching. I think I'm with it. So I know we want to talk about a lot of teams, but really good to get some Rams talk in with you. Been a little while, and really glad to be back on live for the fans and back on live for us. And we're going to have a good little Thursday here, getting it in before the game gets going.
Yeah. Any picks you did already? I'll tell you one I did. I'm expecting a low scoring game tonight. I already put money on Titans team or total for both teams under 17 points in the first half. I can see it be a low scoring game. It's 37, which is pretty low already for the whole game. I'm just sticking first half under 17. So, but we'll dive more into the game. But it's unbelievable.
You crushed me with our picks last week. Absolutely demolished me. I think it's the first time all year that you beat me before, but they've been close. This one was an absolute demolishing. So credit to you, tip of the cap, as it were. But I'll throw this out there. Maybe I should start listening to you for my picks. I don't. You know what? All jokes kind of aside / not really. I tend to agree with you. I don't expect this game to have fireworks. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe Will Levis is that dude. Like that's what's kind of exciting, right? Like it's going to be tough to see him throw 4 touchdown passes with TJ Watt running after him. But like, I don't know.
Yeah. We'll get into that game. And as Danny Stone said, week 7. So we didn't record last week. So the week prior, we did pretty bad and we tied. We're not gonna go over that one. Last week I beat you, and we were talking a little bit before it. Best week we probably had. I went 14-2. Danny Stone 9-7. So I'm finally beating him overall for the season. Only 2 losses was the Chiefs and the Falcons. So everything else I felt good. I know we didn't record, but I texted Danny Stone. I felt good about Carolina coming off a bye, new offensive coordinator. So I was right. Felt good. So I wish we would have recorded so I could have given out my feedback. So tight race overall.
If I may say this, and I know this is very self-serving, but I want to share this with you. So after you told me about the offensive coordinator change, which I read about it online, but you brought it up to Thomas Brown, former guy with the Rams. And I just was like, okay, they're going to unleash Miles Sanders. So I go and I trade Deontay Johnson in one of my leagues for Miles Sanders because I've got wide receivers, and I'm like, I just need a running back that can get me 5 to 10 points a week. Long story short, I lost this week by 1.2 points, so less than 1.5 points, and Miles Sanders got me 0 because apparently Chuba Hubbard is now the starting back. I feel like a fool. But
And
yeah,
that's why I wish we were recorded, because I honestly felt that Miles Sanders would not get the touches. I almost thought if he did play, then Carolina might lose. I think Miles Sanders isn't gelling with the team. So,
seems that
you,
way.
yeah, you brought up Deontay Johnson. So we'll go over to this week's matchups. He plays in the Thursday night game. Do you know who the last person to throw a touchdown to Deontay Johnson was?
Probably Ben Roethlisberger. Yeah.
Yeah, Ben
Yeah.
Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
I saw that today. That's near in a
Yeah.
couple years. Like, holy cow! So,
Deontay has a crazy streak going. I'm starting him in a fantasy league, and I'm gonna. You know what? It's a Thursday night primetime game. Kenny Pickett knows it. If Kenny can't go, Mitch Trubisky will go. The Steelers want to get this streak out of Deontay's head. I'm calling it Deontay
yeah,
Johnson for a
anytime
touchdown
touchdown,
today.
huh?
I
By the
think
way, I
I
noticed.
do. I mean, I really do. That's why I'm starting him in a fantasy league. If I'm wrong, then I guess it'll be like 20 something games in a row or something crazy.
For our new viewers, I see Danny Stone cut his beard, looks 10 years younger. Way to go. I don't know. It
Appreciate it.
must have been something for your costume, huh? So what Danny Stone and I will do, we'll go through each game, talk about our views for the game. We're just gonna pick up straight up winners. We'll talk some spreads, but we're not gonna go picking by spreads. Maybe this can help in office polls if you're still alive. So, like I already mentioned, I think this Thursday night games will be pretty low scoring. I think Derrick Henry will just keep running the ball. I don't know what his prop is. I should look it up. I would take his over attempts. I think it's gonna be a run heavy game all the way. I'm gonna start. I don't feel comfortable taking either team, but I'm taking the Titans in this game.
Yeah, really shocked. I mean, the Titans must really believe they can make a run this year. Otherwise, I think they would have traded Henry. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm naive. Maybe enough wasn't offered for him. But I think between Derrick Henry and Tajay Spears, the backup, who I think has looked just by box scores, he seems to be productive. I expect them to run a lot as well. I don't know what the over under is for Derrick Henry, but I would expect them to use both running backs. That's kind of what they've been doing this year. But we'll see. It's a primetime game tonight. Maybe they do want to showcase Derrick Henry and Will Levis. I mean, everybody's going to be watching. It's the only football game on. I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick the Titans as well, but I'm rooting for the Steelers.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if you saw our harmonized picks, we've been doing pretty good when we agree on that. So
yeah.
And then we go over to Sunday. We got early game here. Battle of a couple sweet icons over in Germany. So it's an early game. Chiefs are favored by 1.5. It opened as a 5-point favorite, so I'm kind of surprised it dropped so low. I'm going to stick with I think Miami's got the hot hand. I think going overseas, I know Patrick Mahomes is sick, so it's interesting to see what's going on with his travel being sick. So I don't know. I just think that offense is harder to stop. I think they're clicking better, so I'm taking Miami because there's no real home field advantage here.
Is he still sick?
I don't know, but I just know the Chiefs. If this isn't Kansas City, I might lean Kansas City, but they don't have the home field advantage in Germany. The Arrowhead. It's not Arrowhead.
Yeah, I mean, this is a real tough. I mean, both teams I expect to be.
I would assume he's starting because they're still favored. Like I feel like if he wasn't, I'm not sure who the backup is. I don't think it's Chad Henne still. I think the line would. I almost think the Dolphins would be favored if he wasn't starting.
Goodness. I'm gonna take the Kansas City Chiefs. I think they find a way to win, but maybe Tyreek Hill goes bonkers. So we'll see. You know what? Check that. I'm gonna take the Titans and then I'm gonna take Miami. I think Tyreek Hill revenge game. The Chiefs are gonna be fine, but I think they're gonna drop another game to the Dolphins, and I expect the Chiefs to actually make it farther in the playoffs than the Dolphins.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to mention a lot of times I have to follow the money. This one I'm kind of fading the public. Heavy money's on the Chiefs to win outright and Chiefs to cover. So
yeah, I'm going to take the Dolphins. I think last week I was trying to be too cute, trying to be too creative, like picking the Rams over Dallas. Just too many mistakes. I'm gonna get back on track, buddy.
Yeah, I was still traveling, and I put a game on. I was like, something's wrong with this remote. So, I mean. I feel like most of these games, I can say this. I'm not going to repeat myself every matchup, but I don't know who to take. In this next game, we got Washington Commanders going to New England. I think I don't know. I'm taking New England here. Just the home field advantage. They're favored by 3 right now. Open at 3.5, so it's kind of still the same. Money hasn't moved.
I'll take New England as well. I bet Sam Howell's in for a not a great day.
I mean, sometimes I know it's Bill Belichick's not the same this year as the prior years, but against I know he's not a rookie, Sam Howell, second-year starter, but against young quarterbacks, he is just he's got a great record.
He does.
There. So, all right, I'll move on over to the Arizona Cardinals, who's starting a new quarterback. Josh Dobbs got traded going to Cleveland. I've been starting the last couple of times. So I'll let you know right now. Cleveland's favored by 8. Oh, no, they open at 8. Now they're 7.5. What do you got in this game?
You're right. Josh Dobbs went to the Vikings, which will be that's actually going to be a good segue for our next game. I'm going to take the Browns here. I think Arizona's fought hard throughout the season. I mean, heck, when you look at what Dallas just did to the Rams and how Arizona beat Dallas, it really just shows you any given Sunday in this league. But Arizona's got some professionals. It'll be interesting if Kyler Murray winds up coming back. I'm going to pick the Browns, though. I think Myles Garrett, he's on track right now for Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I didn't even think, because I know I picked TJ Watt, but that division's got some strong defenses. And I'm going Cleveland as well. I just feel like Arizona doesn't have the weapons. Even if Murray does come back, I don't think they have the weapons to keep up with that defense. So.
Yeah.
And
I'm curious with Jerome Ford for Cleveland, that running back. He's shown some real flashes. I wonder if that's for real or if that's just kind of I don't want to call it beginner's luck, but it's teams watch film on you. They learn what you don't like. So I'm curious if that's a for real player there. Consistent player. I've liked what I've seen. I've got him in a fantasy league. Like, he's been good.
And we said Josh Dobbs got traded, but he won't be starting for the Vikings. He's still learning the playbook.
Right.
Atlanta, there's discussion of possibly starting Heineke, which could be interesting. So what do you got?
I read that they are starting Heineke.
Oh, they are?
That's official. Yeah. It's
he had a great Halloween costume, but who you got in this one?
I'm going to go actually. So I think the big X factor for me is what's this Minnesota Vikings quarterback do? I think is it Jeremy Mann? It's the name escapes me. I'm so sorry. That's so disrespectful. But I'm curious what he does. Addison Russell's been playing great. It's been really interesting. I think I'm going to pick the Atlanta Falcons here.
Yeah, I agree with you. I've been high on the Falcons most games, probably when I shouldn't be. So I don't think it stops here. I think they got, we know Matt Ritter's pretty good at home. Something about it. He's only lost one career home game between college and the NFL. So I think he keeps it rolling. So,
here's the thing, and that's a really fun Desmond Ritter stat. But do you think it matters with him being on the bench? Like, is him on the bench going to help Taylor?
No, Tyler Heineke. I like that guy. He just
Jaron Hall. Jaron Hall is going to be the rookie starter for the Minnesota Vikings. Okay, I'm sorry. That's
Heineke is just such a playmaker. I think if he was in, I would confidently pick the Falcons in more games if he was in more. So I'm hoping he's in. I'm hoping Bijan gets some more touches for your preseason pick and my fantasy team. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think Tyler Heineke is a good seasoned veteran, so I would like to see him in, and I'm taking Atlanta.
The Bijan Robinson thing was so wild, too, him getting sick, and then he gets 0 carries. Amon-Ra St. Brown got sick last week, so I benched him because I was scared he was going to get 0. He ends up putting up 16. I would have won my fantasy game if I started him. I'm kicking myself. Anyways, I'm going to pick the Falcons here. I really like Taylor Heineke ever since what he did against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in that playoff game. I know they lost, but he fought hard for the Commanders. I'm going to pick the Atlanta Falcons. I like Heineke.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're following the money, the Sharps.
The team.
Yeah,
I like the Falcons. I think they're a good team. I think Desmond Ritter just wasn't ready or isn't ready.
Yeah, Sharps are 71% on the Falcons, so the public's kind of 50-50. So I'm going with the Sharps on this one, taking the Falcons.
Yep.
And this next matchup, I still got the D2 quarterback for the Bears going to the Saints. Saints are favored by 8.5. I'm taking the Saints to win this one. I don't usually do teaser plays. That's when a teaser is when you get 2 or more legs and you get 6 additional points. So if this would be one of my legs for teaser. I would bring the Saints down from 8.5 to -2.5. But just straight up talk here, I'm taking the Saints. I think they're starting to not really click, but I think they're definitely better than the Bears right now.
I think they're a better team than the Bears. I think Derek Carr, I'd like to see him a little bit better with the passing game. I feel like they don't have much of a deep game right now. And it's not like I watch every Saints game, but that's just kind of the vibe I'm getting. That being said, though, Alvin Kamara looks pretty good right now, and the defense is good. And I'm going to also pick the Saints over the Bears. I think if Justin Fields was playing, this would be more of a conversation just because Justin Fields is a really dynamic player.
Yeah, I think last time we recorded, so 2 weeks ago, we were like, it's a battle of the backups. So it's just that injuries are definitely hurting these teams. So far, we've agreed on all 6 games. I mean, I feel like there's going to be a couple coming up we might disagree on. This next one, what a good matchup. Seattle looking hot. Love those uniforms last week. And then they're going into Baltimore, also a strong team. I'll let you start with this one. Who are you feeling for this one, Danny Stone?
I got to take Baltimore. I think that Lamar Jackson absolutely showed against the Lions a couple weeks ago. I know we missed that, but he showed that he can be the best quarterback in this league. He can absolutely take over games in ways that few can, in ways that we haven't really seen too often, if ever. And I'm going to pick the Baltimore Ravens to beat the Seattle Seahawks. I think the Seattle Seahawks are a real team. I don't think they're as good as the top teams, but I think they're a good team.
So with this one, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm looking up if DK's hurt because it opened up as Baltimore as a 3-point favorite, and now they're a 6-point favorite. So seeing that much of a line movement makes me think someone's hurt. That's kind of a key factor. I want to look into that, but this is the first time we disagree. I'm taking Seattle to win in Baltimore, sneak out of the win. I definitely want to watch that game. I think it'll be a fun one. Hopefully, it's a fun one. So yeah, okay, and then we go away from that game to a nice little fun one. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going down to the CJ Stroud-led Houston Texans. I'll let you start with this one. What are you thinking for this one?
I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, CJ Stroud's kind of cooled off a little bit. The Texans, I think, have cooled off a little bit. I think that was a big loss last week to the Carolina Panthers. Maybe it's just recency bias, but the last couple weeks, I don't know that the Texans have looked as sharp as maybe I thought they did coming into the season. So I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here. I think they bounce back. Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm taking Houston. They're actually the favorite right now. It opened at -1. Now it's -2.5. I made this choice before looking up the numbers and look up the numbers now. It looks like 93% of sharps are on the Texans. So this might be, if I was to do a teaser, I might look at making this my second leg. So I'm thinking, yeah, they lost last week to Carolina, but you can't win them all. So I'm taking Houston to get back on track. I almost wonder if Tampa's going to start regression, and now we'll see Atlanta pull away with that division. So I think to backtrack on Atlanta, I think it's only the middle of the season, but to say it's a must win, I feel like this is where the NFC South, I think they're all within first place by a game or two. So I think at some point these teams got to start separating themselves, and I think I can see Tampa stumbling here.
I like that take.
So this next one, I don't want to talk about it. That's why I asked you what's going on with Stafford. I know Packers open up as the underdog, and now they're favored by 3 points. I'm sorry. I hate saying this, but the Rams are not looking good, and Green Bay's at home. It's a little chilly. I don't know what's going on if it's Stafford or the backup. So at this point, I'm taking the Packers.
I don't think Sean McVay's ever beaten Matt LaFleur, head coach, head-to-head. I might write about that, even if I do something short. I'll be watching this game, doing my game threads. So please feel free to check out Turf Show Times and check out my our game threads. I should say it's a team effort, but I'm also going to unfortunately pick the Green Bay Packers. I mean, the Rams just looked too awful last week against Dallas. And I think Green Bay has a bit of a get right game. And I think that the Jordan Love hate is so kind of absurd. Like he looked great. He's playing inconsistent. I get that. He's not Aaron Rodgers, but give the kid some time. I wouldn't be shocked if Christian Watson gets away for one of those deep ones in this game.
That's what I was thinking. I was gonna say, without our defense have been looking weak. We watched that was it Arizona game, and they just couldn't stop. Some of the defense just can't stop anyone. So yeah,
sometimes
Romeo Dobbs, Christian Watson, that was what my deciding factor was. They got some good receivers down there, and
I've been more disappointed in the offense. They do have some good receivers in Arizona. You're right. But the defense is young, and I've just been kind of disappointed. And I guess maybe there's a hip injury for Matthew Stafford, but I've been a little disappointed in the play of Matthew Stafford. And I don't want to be ungrateful. They got the Super Bowl win, but he's kind of always been this player of highs and lows and booms and busts. Like he throws picks, he throws touchdowns, he throws picks, he throws touchdowns. Like it just it can be very frustrating to watch. I'm sure it's frustrating for him sometimes. And I know not all the picks are his fault, but I've just been a little disappointed in the Rams offense. I don't mean to get all depressed about it, but I thought it was going to be better. I mean, you've got Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp, and like they're barely scoring 20 points a game. Like, I don't know. What are we doing?
All right, and then we got this next game, close matchup. We got the Colts -2, they're favored by 2.5, going to Carolina. Who are you thinking in this game? I know we still got Sarah Gardner-Minshew, one of my favorite players. I like that guy.
I'm going to take the Colts. I mean, good for Carolina, earned that first win. I guess I should bench Miles Sanders in my league. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with the Colts here.
Yeah. Well, guess what? We disagree again. I'm taking
No
Carolina.
way.
Carolina gets a streak, man. Woo! 2 in a row,
I'm
baby.
shocked.
They're coming out,
Okay.
man. This is
All
their. I
right,
mean,
boy.
like I said, new OC. I think they're going to come out strong again. Probably low scoring game again, but I'm taking Carolina to win this one. I'm interested to see how they do if they can repeat. But yeah,
Way to inject a little life into the show. I like that. I like the excitement.
yeah, I had to wait a
I
little.
am actually surprised by that. I didn't see that coming at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited for it. That's why I was like, I bet he'll take the Colts. If Anthony Richardson was in, maybe it's different. But that's the thing. Injuries are happening. So I don't know. I just like
Absolutely.
Carolina. I'm taking them. This next game, I don't even know. I don't even want to touch it. Can I just say a tie? 0-0.
I know who I'm
Oh my
picking.
goodness. I originally had the Raiders. I don't know. I really don't know what to take. Right before we got on the show, I decided to flip a coin and I decided to go with the Giants for this game.
I'm going
I
to
don't know if
actually take the Raiders.
I don't know if Danny. Sorry, cut you off. I don't know if Danny Dimes is back. I mean, that if he was, I'd definitely take the Giants. But at this point, I'm like, I don't know. I'm just taking the Giants just because.
I thought about taking the Giants, but I really think now that the Raiders have fired Josh McDaniels, I think that they're going to have not a great season, but I think they feel so much better this week that they're going to get a win this week, and then they'll probably lose like the 6 games in a row or something like that. But I think they win this week. If Danny Dimes was back, which I don't think he is, I would maybe pick the Giants, which I guess that's a compliment to Danny Dimes. With I think they have that third stringer, and I think that he might be worse than that. Comes out rude. I don't think he'll play as well as the
Mr. DeVito
rookie for Vegas, who has a little bit of playing experience. I expect the Raiders to win this one. I do. Yeah. We'll see.
I mean, it's true with the interim head coach. A lot of times they're motivated to win. I mean, I can't remember his name. The interim coach had a pretty good not welcoming, but introduction speech. So
yeah,
got to motivate the team. So yep.
I think he was a former linebacker. So no, we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited. That's actually that could be a fun game. I would guess very low scoring because it's two pretty bad offenses with two defenses that are actually not bad.
I haven't really been looking at totals here. I should have told you on that one.
Of course, the Giants just traded Leonard Williams to the Seahawks, which I think that's a big deal. And the Commanders just traded Chase Young to the Niners. So, yeah, we're good picking the Patriots, and I feel good picking the Raiders.
So the Giants Raiders currently stands total at 37.5, so same as the Steelers Titans. So yeah, I
would take the under.
Yeah,
I see that being like a 17-10 game, and that's me being nice. I mean, watch it be like explosive, just like the rookies are trading bombs. Just
another game. Looking at the totals, 37.5 for Cardinals Browns. So Packers Rams 38.5. Sharps are hammering the under. That opened at 43.5, and they're just hammering it. That'll probably drop down to 37.5.
I mean, that might be another case where this might be one of those weeks where you just have some kind of meddling offenses going up against some good defenses. So there might be some low scoring games, but we'll see. We'll see. Anything's possible. You want to get into the next one?
Actually, one more thing I was supposed to talk about on total.
Please.
I've mentioned before when international games, I usually focus on the under. I just feel like teams don't travel well. And it looks like the total is 51 for that is the best odds for the Chiefs Dolphins. I'm leaning towards the under in that. Like I said, teams just don't travel well. I mean, the Dolphins, my motto is always take the over, but it's an international game, so just want to throw that out there.
I think they want it to be high scoring in Germany. I think they're gonna maybe let some plays go. Yeah. I think they're gonna because they want this to be a. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
All right, we got 3 games left. Next, we got the Cowboys.
Points is a lot.
It is 51 is a lot, but those offenses are explosive. You can get 51 in the first half.
Absolutely are.
So,
we saw Miami put up 70.
Yeah, that's true. And the one time they didn't go over was when I was at your house watching the game, and I lost the over by half a point. So the hook. So
brutal. Yeah, brutal. This is kind of a fun thought that I just had. We saw Miami put up 70 on a team that just beat Kansas City last week, the Denver Broncos. Wow. So it's all connected. It all comes full circle. We'll circle. See.
Dang. So this next one, I'm surprised NFC East not being shoved down our throat. Thanks, NFL. Always putting NFC East on every primetime game, but it's not. We got the Cowboys going to the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles are favored by 3. I'm taking the Eagles here. I don't know what's going on with the Cowboys. I think they were on a bye last week, but yeah, I'm taking the Eagles here. Feeling good about that.
I'm guessing this will be America's game, the 425 game. I'm rooting for the Eagles. I'm not going to be shocked if Dallas wins in the regular season. Here's the thing. Credit to Dallas for beating the smack out of the Rams, but like and this is so like I don't want to.
I joked they were on
It's
a
just
bye
that
week because they were.
I've never seen Dallas do a deep playoff run in my lifetime. Like I've never seen them do anything. So until I see them really do something, even if they win, I'm still not going to take them as serious as I take the Eagles. But I am going to pick the Eagles for this game. But even if Dallas wins, I'm still not going to take Dallas as seriously. And I can go on. I can talk a little bit about why I think there's a lot of people that hate Dallas. I don't hate Dallas. I just don't think they're a top team. But I think, if I may for a moment, I think that a lot of people that hate Dallas would be Eagles fans who are a notorious type of fandom in sports. And then you have the 49ers, who are probably also a big rivalry for the Dallas Cowboys, just because those are the top 3 NFC teams. And the 49ers fans, like they call them the faithful. Like, so
Yeah.
you just have a lot of people that really hate Dallas. I don't hate Dallas. I know it's easy to hate Dallas. I just don't think they're as good as the 49ers or the Eagles by the end of the season. And if they prove me wrong, I'll eat my words. I really like Dak Prescott, but I'm going to pick the Eagles in this game. And unless something changes, I'll be picking the Eagles the next time they play. And I'll be picking Dallas to not make it far in the playoffs unless something changes. So we'll see. Anyways, thank you for letting me go on that tirade there.
I love it because I said I just want to touch on a couple of these bye week teams. 49ers, as you mentioned, picked up Chase Young. So we got a bye week so we can get that off that defensive playbook learned. So that's going to be scary. Broncos finally won a game and they have a bye week to continue celebrating. So congrats, Denver.
Hey, good for them.
Yeah. All right, we got a Sunday night matchup. This is gonna be a good one. We got the Buffalo Bills going to the Cincinnati Bengals. Right now, Bengals are favored by 2. If you recall from our preseason episode, I had the Bengals going under in the win totals. But not gonna lie, I think they're clicking. I think they're gonna feel good on prime time at home. I'm taking the Bengals to win this game.
Finally, it looks like my call, like, because I was like, I'm telling you, they're real. Like, finally, it looks like maybe I'm right. Maybe it took 8 games, but I'm going to actually pick the Bengals here too. I think that it's an emotional game for the Bills. They want to avenge that playoff loss, and I mean, I was dead wrong. They beat the Rams. Like, Joe Burrow doesn't care like about the past, the future, or like he's just in the present. And wow, what a quarterback. I'm picking the Bengals.
Yeah.
And I think Josh Allen's incredible. I think Josh Allen can be that level of Lamar Jackson of like, I'm going to take over a game, but Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure the record is right now, but long season, so it'll be a fun game to watch, that's for sure. And then
I expect both teams to make the playoffs by the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean that. I think they're both in second place in their division because I mean you got the Dolphins and Ravens at number 1 in those divisions.
Yep.
So this Monday night, don't know if I'm going to watch it. Spoiler alert: we got the Lightning Bolts, Los Angeles Chargers going to the New York Buzz Lightyear New York Jets.
That's amazing.
I love that one. They were on a bye week last week. That's why you didn't get to see them, and we didn't record. But anyway, what do you got in this game Monday night? Exciting times.
Can you pick, like, am I legally allowed to pick the Chargers in prime time?
They're favored by 3 right now. They opened that
time game this year. I don't mean they did just beat the Bears in prime. Maybe that's rude.
That was Sunday night, right?
I think so.
I noticed a lot of games this season. They're the team that played on Sunday night, then played on Monday night or something, or Thursday played on Monday. It's interesting. So the Chargers open as a 1.5 point favorite at -3. So yeah, let me know who you got on this one.
You know, can I throw this out there just because this will delay it and give me some time to make a decision? we were talking earlier in the year. You were saying that a lot of teams have a bye week after the international games when they travel. I was watching the Rich Eisen show, and I guess according to him, he said basically that when a team goes to an international game, they have the choice of do they want their bye week directly after. And if they click no, then the league will just assign them a bye week. So teams, I guess, have the option to choose if they want to take their bye week after the international game, is what he was saying, which I thought was kind of interesting. So we'll see if either team is on a bye week after the Germany game. That being said, I guess I'm going to pick the Chargers, but man, I don't know. Like the Jets defense, I could see Justin Herbert not playing well. Just again, I don't know. I have this thing where I think he might be Matt Stafford. They might be the same player. All the arm strength in the world, turnover prone. and for whatever reason, not able to win like games early on in their career.
Yeah,
I guess,
I'll let you buy some more time if you want. Next
yeah,
week, another international game. We got the Colts Patriots in also Germany, and
that's
the
gross.
Chiefs and Dolphins have elected to do a bye week. So Chiefs, Dolphins, Rams, Eagles on a bye next week. So
Okay. I wonder if what Rich Eisen said is true, which I assume it is. I guess it makes sense. It's midway through the season. That's a good bye week spot.
want to hear next Sunday night's game?
Yeah.
Remember, usually if you play Monday night, it seems like Monday, Sunday night they've been swapping. We got Jets Raiders next Sunday, followed by Broncos on
Wow.
Monday
Okay,
night,
that's wild. That's a gross game
and
too.
then
I'll
Broncos
probably be
Bills
taking the
next
Jets for that one.
Monday.
You know what? I'm gonna do it, Sammy B. I'm taking the Jets.
I love it because I've taken them too. Woo!
All right.
Man, so we only disagree on 4 matchups. Yeah, I just don't believe in the Chargers. I said that early in the season, the preseason, like they just can't win. They're
That
just
defense for the
oh
Jets,
man.
I was saying them after week 1. I was like, no, Josh Allen had a bad game. No, this Jets defense is really good.
Man, I was hoping you would disagree so we can get some other separation, but hey, we do pretty good
No.
when we agree on picks. So it sounds
I'm
like we
trying to
should
get
combine
back in it, man. I'm thinking my Baltimore pick is gonna save me here. I'm gonna be back at you. Did we both pick the Titans tonight?
Yep. So the differences we have I picked Seattle, you picked Baltimore, you picked Tampa, I picked Houston, you picked Indy, I picked Carolina, and then I went with the other New Jersey team, the Giants, and you picked the Raiders. So yeah.
All right,
I
we'll see
mean,
what happens. I mean, I'm excited. It's another week. It's really good to be recording with you again, Sammy B. It's good to be back. And
it is. Like I
shoot,
said, this
yeah,
is my new layup, my new setup for a little bit. So again, sorry, apologize, we didn't record last night. Still got my USA soccer blanket behind me. So and also my Avatar blanket. Spoiler alert, it's a couple things I like. So yeah, excited to be back. Follow us on Twitter. You
like the
got
cartoon, the anime.
yeah, and the live
Nice,
action's
that's
coming
cool.
out soon on Netflix. Can't wait for that. So yeah,
It's a
definitely follow
very
us on
popular
Twitter.
show.
Yeah, follow us Danny Stone on Turf Show Times. Well, good luck and safe betting. And this was Sammy B and Danny Stone with Gem City Sports. One
One love.
love.